We are in the countdown to Christmas, folks. We're almost there. Can you feel the spirit in the air? Even our activist friends, the ones who kick and scream on the ground and stop traffic, they're in such a holiday spirity mood that even they are decorating their own Christmas trees. Check this out. Look at this. Oh yeah, look at that. You know, it's not the decor I'd like to see in my house, but they're doing it. That's the most important thing. Look at that. Maybe some of you hunters, the blaze orange, maybe that's your cup of tea. You'll love to see it. You never would have thought in a million years that these people had the spirit in them, but they do. Look at that. Beautiful. Oh, you love to see it. Happy Tuesday. Welcome to Zeducation and welcome to Clown World, where we highlight the absurdities around the world. Like the intro where the activists, they continue to think they're doing productive things by doing this stuff. But hey, if you're a clown, you think differently. You think outside the box, right? Am I right? And why do we do this? Why do we cover these things on Zeducation? Why do we cover these absurdities, this insanity on our Clown World videos on Tuesdays? Because it's important, guys. You got to get on the Clown World ship, become one with the clown, or get left behind. All right? And I don't want to see that here, especially not leading up to Christmas. I'm trying to look out for you guys. So as always with these videos, if you cringe, you lose. We're gonna jump right into this video. If you're ready for today's game, head down and like this video. And if you're new here, please make sure you are subscribed and have the bell clicked for notifications when new videos are uploaded. Now on to today's Clown World episode. If you cringe, you lose. Go. From the Washington Post. Please don't wish me Merry Christmas. It's impolite and alienating to assume I follow your religion. Okay. Hasn't happened in a while, but I lose in the first one. This is the dumbest thing I've seen in a while. It is Christmas time. Wish people Merry Christmas, of course. If I see you, I will wish you Merry Christmas. Let me be clear to any corporation that hasn't brought their prices back down even as inflation has come down. Time to stop the price gouging. Give American consumers a break. Fact check. As long as the inflation rate is positive, prices are increasing. The fact that inflation has come down to 3.2% in October means that prices are still going up, albeit at a slower rate than before. Also, the Federal Reserve aims for a target inflation rate of 2%. Basic economics. Literally, basic economics. So yeah, we had this giant price increase, right? On pretty much everything. And this 3.2% is on top of that price increase and so on and so forth. We're not in deflation, Joe. Do you know what that means? Does someone need to explain it to you? Next.
I think they're messing with us at this point. $14 for aluminum foil and $14 for generic trash bag. And while I was on this aisle picking up some toilet paper, $20? Paper towel for the week, $14. And this is 6 roll. They say it's equal to 12, but it's still 6 rolls. We go through a roll every couple days. This one kind of hurts me the most because I love organic grass-fed beef. I've watched this go up from $8 to $10.59 now. Is this how much organic grass-fed beef is in your area, or is this just Publix? Then these last couple, you're just not going to believe if I didn't take a picture. I wanted to get my wife some chocolate-covered strawberries. $7 for 6 chocolate-covered strawberries. Last but not least, $9.44 for a cup, like 2 handfuls of berries. I'm telling you, we are not crazy. This is just getting so out of hand, and I think it is important we keep talking about this. I'm seeing a lot of people taking pictures. They did the Black Friday thing. We have to keep speaking out because where is it? When's it gonna stop?
Price gouging, man! Price gouging! Oh, corporations still charge Publix, man! Price gouging! Yeah, Joe, that's what happens. It's called inflation. This is what happens. And it's still, again, it's going up by 3.1, 3.2%. You know, that's just, it's still going up. It's not done. Walmart's in America locking up everything. Oh yeah, look at this. We've had this, lots of these videos. Usually CVS and Walgreens. I don't know if I've seen a Walmart yet. Look at that. Very sad. Very sad. This is this is where people have resorted. Stealing. Companies are having to lock everything up. What a waste of time to even go to the store. Just order it all online at this point. Oh, man. So we have an economy that's suffering, and we have a culture that's in decay as well, where people think it's okay to go and steal and loot and riot and blah, blah, blah. But it's so bad that they have to lock up dish soap. Look at this. Bleach. Insanity. Washington state candidate who didn't feel comfortable voting for himself loses by single votes. Ooh. I mean, I get it. Maybe you're a humble guy, you know, and you want the people to decide. But yeah, next time, maybe you don't do that. Huh? It says 30% bigger, but it's the same 3.4 ounces. Ooh, look at that. Marketing scams. Lots of marketing scams out there from big brand names. They do this all the time. Very sad. So don't get scammed by these buzzwords, these things they put on packaging to make you think that you're getting a good deal, because generally you're not. Fabio on Israel-Hamas war. DJ Pauly D on inflation. What the hell? What are you doing, Fox News? Fabio and D... Really? Maybe there's some substance there. But there wasn't anyone else that could have come on the show at the time? I mean, guess which two just got refused to ride a roller coaster by a multi-millionaire amusement park because they can't afford to make it size inclusive? Can we just stop with this victimhood of not being able to ride rides or get an extra airplane seat? Like, it's not an inherent trait. That's what I've been saying. That's not an inherent trait. It's not something you can't change. There's nothing else to be said. You can change. You can. Let's build a whole other $10 million thing or $20 billion airline, you know, just a couple of save feelings. No, it's stupid. How do you fight shoplifting? Not by locking down everything in CVS. Well, you know, sadly, it kind of does. How are you going to... If it's locked down, you can't really steal it. I mean, you could probably have them open it and then rob them there, but you're probably going to have to assault someone. So that would be a crime. In California, you can steal up to $950. And you just basically, up to that point, you just get a slap on the wrist. Nothing happens, really. So, yeah, no. Another great headline, Washington Post. What are you doing, Jeff Bezos? What are you doing, man? White fans were entertained by black athletes a day after a racist killed black people in Buffalo. This is what white supremacy looks like. I get paid millions of dollars to play sports ball. I like watching you play sports ball. White supremacy! It's a real headline from Deadspin. That place is nuts. But whatever you get, right? You know, this is rage clicks. And this is on the heels, by the way, of that idiotic article they wrote about the kid at the Chiefs game, right? So this is just another reminder that they have a history of trying to race bait. This is what they do with sports. It's like, get out of here. UN group will demand Americans eat less meat to satisfy Paris Climate Accords, report says. In honor of this, folks, you know what to do. Order that 16-ouncer. Get that ribeye tonight. And if you have some room in your tummy, order another one. Save it for breakfast. What do we got here? Got a slew of headlines. We got... I contracted GW. We're just going to say that because... Why? I'm not ashamed. I'm a strong, independent woman, but I still want the guy to make the first move. Why I cheated after swearing I never would. Seriously, why can't I find a decent man? Is this all the same lady? It looks like this is pretty old, 2016, but never seen this before. Oh, I wonder why. I don't know. You know what? I hope you find that answer. We're, 7 years past this. I hope you found your answers. Maybe look at the breadcrumbs you laid for yourself, but that's just a suggestion. Loud fart sound erupts during John Kerry's speech at climate panel. There is video of this. We're not going to play it. It wasn't that loud. I'll say. The funny part about this is that's methane, John Kerry. That's worse than CO2. It is. It is. So, what are you going to do about it? You going to huff it up? You going to sniff it up? You just polluted, man. What are you going to do? Huh? Do you get on your private jet and then take care of it? I don't know. After voting for dining ban, LA County Supervisor dines out at local restaurant. Oh, hey, wait. Nice little flashback here, folks. 3 years ago, this happened. I think Governor Newsom did the same thing. You weren't your masks, indoor dining. Like, then he gets recorded at a place indoors without a mask with a bunch of people. This is what they did. No one cares anymore. That's the part that blows my mind. Nobody cares about what happened in that 3-year window. We're like in election season, and that is not talked about like at all. Nobody cares. Am I taking crazy pills here?
Doesn't anyone notice this? I feel like I'm taking crazy pills.
Am I the only one? Like, that's the number one issue in my mind. Literally number one. That's all I care about. People being held accountable. That hasn't happened. And no one cares. And no one's going to do it. That's it. What do I do? Oh, next. Clown world. Am I the clown? Maybe I'm the clown. Maybe. Forcing masks on the population is straight out of China's playbook. Rishi Sunak's plans to extend numeracy lessons are more likely to humiliate and discourage school children than prepare them for adult life. All right, I think, there's a line, how much math does a kid need to know? That being, and absolutely it's important. Like, to a degree, there's, math is very important. You use it all the time. We're at the point now where we don't teach math to a lot of kids, or we don't test them, because it might hurt their feelings that they're not getting it and that they're not passing. That's real. And they're writing about it. Oh yeah, did you guys see this? Look at that. The top one is the Christmas this year. It's like a scene out of Willy Wonka. That is not Christmas. Like, Christmas is Christmas. It doesn't really change. You can push nonsense on it all you want. Next, do whatever you want. Senator Bob Menendez and wife indicted on bribery charges. DOJ seizes gold bars and $500,000. They got rid of George Santos. When are they going to get rid of this guy? And they actually have, this guy's a Democrat. They have other Democrats calling for this guy's expulsion. So we'll see. The guy is clearly, obviously corrupt, like even worse than George Santos. So Minnesota's budget surplus estimated to be $2.4 billion, up $800 million from original projection. Oh yeah, this is what happens when you live in a state that taxes too much. 10% income tax rate in Minnesota. You live here, you get taxed an extra 10%. I think it's the 4th highest in the country, or 4th or 5th. So there you go. And we don't need to. This is what happens when you get led by clowns. So,
welcome to today's episode of So Woke Your Brain Broke. This Finnish feminine hygiene company is facing quite a bit of backlash after making a line of tampons marketed towards menstruators and men. The company claims that periods are not a gender issue, which is actually kind of correct because it's a female issue. But what's different for tampons for men, you might ask? Yeah, it's just the packaging. While the primary function remains consistent, the design, packaging, and branding of our tampon for men are consciously developed to not reflect traditional feminized imagery, making it more inclusive and reflective of the diverse menstruating population. And, I'll give them this point, because the menstruating population is very diverse indeed. But we all do have one thing in common. Being female. It's kind of a requirement for having a period. But, just slap it in some blue packaging and it's good to go for the boys. Which is rather interesting because it actually further reinforces stereotypes that, boys like blue and girls like pink. But what do I know? I'm just a menstruator after all.
Hey, that's hate speech. Hey, why can't YouTube? Are you gonna allow this? You better demonetize my video because I'm including this, all right? People gotta know what's going on in the world. Inflation was 0% last month. Our economy grew by more than 5% last quarter. Bidenomics. Tweet is referring to the PCE index, percent change from the preceding month. Inflation is normally assessed annually, however, and the Fed's PCE goal is 2%. It is currently 3%. A more commonly referenced inflation index is CPI, which shows annual inflation of 3.2%. Bidenomics, man! Ah! Again, this is called gaslighting. That's what politicians do. This is why I love community notes, though. How embarrassing. Like, you're getting community noted by your own people. You can't even tell the truth. So, this is where we are with that. It's time to limit how often we can travel abroad. Carbon passports may be the answer. You know, it's like people have been saying this might happen. Oh, that's a conspiracy. Now the idea is being thrown out there. And we're not far from this, by the way. I think this will happen at some point, unfortunately. Unless people put their foot down. But Subway is adding a foot-long cookie to their menu early 2024. Yeah. I don't know if we have this or not, but I have to reiterate, this is the last thing our obese country needs. Absolute last thing is a foot-long cookie. Come on. From CBS Bay Area. Why so glum? Americans stay bummed despite economy rebound. 1 week later. CBS News. Americans need an extra $11,400 a day just to afford the basics. Spidernomics, man. Yeah, same place, 1 week apart. It's hilarious. U.S. 10th graders score lowest ever on international math test. Whole world is struggling. Again, what did I say earlier? You know, the whole 3 years, like no one cares about the people who decided this was a good idea to lock everything down. When a lot of people were saying, please don't do that, that's going to be really bad for our kids. And you look at the numbers and the kids really aren't at that risk. So I digress. Here we go. This is what happens. And hey, let's get rid of these math classes because it might hurt feelings. That if kids aren't getting it and they're struggling, that might hurt someone's feelings. Boston mayor under fire for secret no whites Christmas party. That's a real thing too. You guys, am I taking crazy pills here? What are we doing? What are we doing? A segregated party. This is a government official of a major U.S. city. This happened. What are we doing? I don't know what else to say. Boy 10 calls on Apple to redesign offensive nerd emoji. What a nerd. Dude, get out of here. This is what outrage culture, this is what everything has culminated to. Everything is offensive. Our younger generations, this is how they're being raised. This is how they will act as adults, and things will get worse if we don't if we don't stop this madness. Kid, you look like the nerd emoji. So what? You're a nerd. Who cares? Embrace it. Be smart. Create things. Do good things. If you're a nerd, you're a nerd. Who cares?
We're dinks. We go to Trader Joe's and workout classes on the weekends.
We're dinks. We get into snobby hobbies like skiing and golfing.
We're dinks.
I have to pause it right there. For those of you that don't know what dinks are, it's people without kids. Dual income, no kids. Okay? Continue.
We go to Florida on a whim.
We're dinks. We're already planning our European vacation next year.
Dinks. We get a full 8 hours of sleep and sometimes more.
We're dinks. We get desserts and appetizers at restaurants.
We're dinks. We can play with other kids and give them back.
We're dinks. We still do it 3 times a week.
We're dinks. We spend our discretionary income on $8 lattes.
We're dinks. We max out our 401ks, Roth IRAs, and HSAs.
We're dinks. We don't use our kids or dog as an excuse to leave a party. We just leave.
Huh. Very weird trend. Not a name I would embrace either. You know, I always, if you don't want to have kids, it's fine. And I called it selfish one time and people were upset. No, it is selfish. That's called hedonism. You're living a lifestyle that is indulging in pleasure. All right? You want to do that? Go right ahead. I do think it's an empty life. Truly, like, who cares? The things, who cares? They're just things. Like, what is it? They don't love you back. They don't do anything for you. Oh, we get to have a free weekend with no kids and watch our Netflix and max out our 401ks. Okay. Cool. So, what are you going to do when you're in your 60s and 70s and 80s? Like, you don't have a family then? You just die alone? And all that stuff doesn't come with you? Okay, I digress. I'm getting a little deep here. I think it's a weird trend. It truly is. It's awesome. You get to enjoy some pleasures in life. But does that really matter in the end? No, it doesn't at all. Like zero. It matters zero. I just got banned from Walmart for using the employee break room after doing the self-checkout. No way.
And then when I say trespass, that means any Walmart in the world.
I have to. Give him a round of applause.
You are not allowed in any Walmart.
Let's go. That's BS, man. We should all get to go to the Walmart break room if we're doing self-checkout because we are employees of Walmart at that point. It's true. We get paid zero. It's called slave labor. It's disgusting.
So this is to the person that says, hey, let's go home and eat so that we can save a little bit of money. You're a liar. Liar. Because this says white cheese, $6.49. Tortilla chips, $5.99. That's like $12.50 just for chips and queso. Now watch this. So it's officially budget friendly to go to Mexican. Chori queso here, right? $8.95. That gives me like an extra almost $4 to go toward my entree. Okay? Chori queso has chorizo in it. And then you also get the chips at the table, and then you also get salsa. And so this idea that, oh, we're gonna go save money by going home and eating, liar. Go to Mexican. It's budget friendly. Send this to the person that's trying to discourage you from going to get Mexican at the end of the day. Okay? You should go. And to the person that's like, hey, maybe you just shouldn't get the chips and queso, we don't have anything to talk about anyway. I don't want to be a part of your worldview. I don't want to be a part of a world where I can't go to Mexican and get a little bit of chori queso, because I like to live a little.
Okay. All right, back to the dinks. This guy's a point, man. You should enjoy a little bit. Like, hey, had a long day. Let's get some chips and queso. And have some Mexican food. All right, you know, hell yeah. I'm all for that. And he has a really good point, though, and like, sometimes it's cheaper. Truly. Here's why economists don't expect trillions of dollars in economic stimulus to create inflation. July 23rd, 2020. Oh, experts. Woo! They're so bad at their jobs, especially when it comes to the economy. Of note, a worthwhile note, like this, that money was printed in 2020. Biden wasn't the president. I just have to say that. A lot of people freaking out, yelling at their TV right now. I'm just telling, I care about the truth. That's the truth. All right? This is what they were saying. That didn't happen. It's not true. It's fake news. So we do have inflation. We have lots of it.
Just because I had a bit of a jarring experience here. I went into the bank. I was trying to change my name on my account, which apparently I can't do because my ex and I still have a joint account, so my ex needs to be present so I can change my name and it reflects on both accounts. Regardless of that, the girl who was doing it had a question, and she calls her coworker over like, well, he's trying to change his name on his account, and I'm like, she kind of like looks at me a little bit and is like, oh, I'm sorry. And just like it writes it off. But like, I'm just like, you read both names. Like, she had both my IDs and my legal name change paperwork in front of her. So, you know what my name's going to. Number 2, I look and sound like this. I know I'm 6 feet tall, but girl, come on. I'm wearing a dress. I am wearing a dress. I am wearing makeup. I'm wearing eyeliner and eyeshadow and everything. Like, what do I have to fucking do? What do I have to do to, like, just get gendered correctly once while I'm out? Like, I know it's happened before, but, like, when I'm doing something, like, official like this, it's been so annoying that, like, it's just like, oh, well, he needs this, and his, and him, and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, are you kidding me? Use your eyes. Use your eyes. This isn't rocket science. Like, it's very clear that if you aren't sure, here's a tip. You aren't sure, ask. Ask what my pronouns are.
Play along. Indulge. Or you're bad. You're canceled. It's exhausting. For everyone. How'd you do in today's video? Did you cringe at all? If you did, you lose. No punishment, okay? No punishment today because we're leading up to Christmas. All right, I can't do that to you guys. Tomorrow, we are dropping the Try Not to Laugh Best of 2023. It seems like everyone really loved the 2022 Best of Try Not to Laugh. So we're bringing it back. That's your punishment. You know, I'm changing my mind. If you cringe, you lose. You got to watch that tomorrow. All right. So on the fly, changing. Let me know how you did down in the comments. While you're down there, please like today's video. Please help us get it recommended to others. That's it for today's video. Until tomorrow, I'm Tyler Zed. This is Zeducation.
For the children.
Idiots.